South African Human Rights Commission's Gauteng Provincial Office will host an investigative hearing in Eldorado Park. This is in relation to the continued disruptions at Klipspruit West Secondary School. Racial tensions have been simmering at that school, with parents calling for a coloured principal to be appointed. Let's talk about this some more now. We're joined by Greater Eldorado Park Business Forum spokesperson SAHRC Pretorius. SAHRC, good morning.
Good morning.
And thanks so much for your time. We understand that these hearings actually started yesterday.
Yes, they did.
It was the 10th. Were you present?
Yes, I was.
What was said? What have you heard so far?
Well, so far it is just not about the Klipspruit West school incident. There are issues when it comes to SAPs. There are issues when it comes to police brutality, the housing issue, because remember we had the protest action in May of this year as well. So, you know, it's investigating that issue as well, and the fact that government still hasn't come back to the community, even though there have been housing registrations taking place.
So help us understand, I mean, being part of the community as well, when it comes to the issue that the Human Rights Commission is going to be dealing with here at this hearing, what are we talking about? Are we talking about the race issue? Because there were also, there were claims being bandied about that this was not a race issue. The media had made it a race issue when it came to the school issue. And then after that also was just what was happening after that, the issue with the principal, let's call it the principal issue. Yeah. Also that schooling at that school, at several other schools, that the pupils were now, that their learning was in jeopardy. What exactly are you wanting the Human Rights Commission to deal with? Well,
currently, based on the amount of issues that we've had, I think the biggest problem that we currently are dealing with is marginalization. The fact that the community at large feels that they haven't really been part of South Africa as a whole since 1994. And many things had been done across the country. However, when it comes to development and upliftment and empowerment, Eldorado Park and Klipspruit West have really been left by the wayside.
So it's not the community fighting sections of the community or lodging complaints against one another?
No. The best thing for us right now is that the community is actually banding together and believing that what we are encountering at the moment is based on pure neglect from government, and the fact that the Department of Education, the Department of Human Settlements, all of these departments have come in and made all of these promises and have yet to deliver.
Okay, so the complaints that have been submitted are against whom exactly?
Well, you must remember, it is the South African Police Services. With regards to the mass action in May, there was complaints of severe police brutality. Many innocent civilians were injured. So the thing for us right now is for that to be addressed. The unemployment issue, okay. We're looking at an unemployment rate of about 78%. The issue with schools, the fact that Klipspruit West Secondary School was falling to rack and ruin. The fact that there is no housing. We have major issues when it comes to backyard dwellers. All of those things has culminated to us requesting from government, for the Human Rights Commission to come in so that we can get some sort of resolution and a way forward when it comes to,
better conditions. Okay, well, I would imagine that for the community as well and for everybody involved, it is the pupils at this point, at this time of year, that would be a priority. How are things going ahead? I mean, the Education MEC Panyaza Lesupi was quite confident that there was some agreement things would hold for a while.
Yes.
How are things in the community and in schools at the moment?
The school, thank God, has gone back to normalcy, in Klipspruit West specifically. When it comes to the action that was taken, such as withdrawing its teachers from the environment or from the schools, that was a latent attempt by them to cause disruption. And right now, with everything that had transpired in the last term, last week when schools returned, everybody was okay, and everybody was, the kids were okay, and our matriculants from that school specifically have gone to a boot camp so that we can ensure that they are not impacted negatively.
So you have an acting principal at the moment, am I right? Are you hoping for some resolution to that issue at the Commission, at these hearings, or is it not going to?
Absolutely. They are actually addressing that issue today, with regards to the Commission. That issue is part of the discussions that they will be having today. So we are hoping that the Department of Education comes to the fore and says, okay, fine, we made a mistake, because fundamentally that was what the problem was. There wasn't an issue of the colour of the principal. It was it was also the credentials and the feasibility of having that particular person in the position.
Okay, well, we look forward to hearing what comes out of the next 3 days.
Oh, well, we hope for the best.
All right, that's Greater Eldorado Park Business Forum Chairperson, spokesperson, I beg your pardon, Charis Pretorius.